Listen, Dallas is doing something really weird right now. From one angle, it really looks unstoppable. Record prices, all cash closings, model homes getting snapped up before the balloons even deflate. And from the other angle, it looks super shaky. People backing out of contracts, price cuts, and builders, they're quietly dangling rate buy-downs like candy at Halloween. So which is it? Are we booming or are we breaking? And that is almost a trick question, because the answer is going to be it's kind of both. So if you're thinking about relocating to Dallas, here's the part that really matters, guys. Which side of the market you land on has everything to do with your commute, your budget, and your timeline. Check it out. So in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you why luxury pockets like Highland Park and Southlake are on fire, while the mid-tier North Dallas suburbs fight all the headwinds. I'm going to talk about how the Northwest art, it flipped the script on everybody goes north, and then also clue you in on the 3 major decision filters I use to keep buyers from making expensive mistakes. I'm going to tell you which master plan areas keep breaking hearts at rush hour, and which West Side communities quietly give you the same vibe for less. So DFW isn't really one market right now. It's 3 categories straight up, right? You've got your luxury, your mid-tier, and your entry level. And each sector we're about to cover, they all play by different rules. We're going to be talking about the Park Cities, South and Westlake for the luxury, Prosper, Salina, Frisco, and the 380 corridor for the mid-tiers. And then also touch on the value arc, all the way from Mansfield over to Forney to the 35 West corridor. And this is where a lot of our clients are winning on price, taxes, and the pace of life. All right, so let's start at the top of the ladder in the luxury pockets, right? I want you to think about Highland Park and University Park near the core. And it also includes Westlake and Southlake up near 114. And pricing over here really hasn't flinched the way social media predicted in these areas. And why, might you ask? 2 words, guys: liquidity and lifestyle. Look, a lot of the buyers in this category aren't rate sensitive, right? They're writing checks, not chasing points. And when you're buying for school district consistency, the lot sizes, the trees, and the lifestyle that's already established, you're not comparison shopping a 20K incentive on lot 732. You're choosing your block. You're choosing your daily routine, right? 10 minutes to the country club, 5 minutes to the fields, and a straight shot to Dallas Love Field or DFW International when you need wheels up by 7 a.m. So I guess the question becomes, who is living over here, right? This is going to be your founders, your executives, your athletes, physicians, and anyone who values time and privacy over tinkering with spreadsheets. If you're moving to Dallas because your job is over here and you want to settle in with a luxury that just makes sense, guys, where there's going to be fewer variables, fewer headaches, and more congruency, then the luxury areas are going to be a staple of tried and true real estate consistency. Yes, the price tags are going to be a bit steeper, right? That just kind of comes with it. But the resale base is going to be deep, and those amenity layers, we're talking about the parks to the private options. This really creates that moat around your home's value that doesn't crumble every time mortgage rates catch a cold. Listen, one of my clients just brought their beautiful property over in Trophy Club, right? Corner lot, J-swing driveway, open concept beauty of a home, guys. We went under contract for around $720 all cash, and I was able to negotiate a brand new roof for my buyers. And on top of that, the house was appraised for $10K more than what we bought it for. Now, what was really interesting was the sellers paid cash as well when they bought the house, so the deal ended up being a slam dunk for both parties. You see, we really didn't need to get an appraisal, but my client really wanted to get one just to see the value, because we had heard about values dropping in other areas of the metro. But with these pockets in other luxury areas, we are actually seeing prices continue to creep up month over month. But I get it, some of you may have some reservations about the market, and I can help clear some of these things up for you, right? If this is your first time to the channel, I'm Mark with the Dallas Relocation Guide, and we help people buy, sell, and relocate right here to the Dallas Metroplex. Listen, nobody's out here boots on the ground bringing the insights, the energy, and the entertainment to help you make the best decision for you and your family. So if you're thinking about making a move, guys, feel free to reach out. All of our contact info is down in the description below and pinned up there to the top of the chat. Now, as we shift gears over to the middle of the market, which is the classic DFW sweet spot, and roughly the 600Ks into the low $1 million homes, right? And this has been getting pushed and pulled in each direction, if we're being honest. This is where the dual income professionals really live, guys. It's also where a lot of the move-up buyers sit. They're selling a starter house to jump into new construction or even a bigger lot. Listen, when corporate companies tighten their belts, when contracts fall out because the old house didn't sell in time, when that perfect place up north, it turns out to be another half hour on 380 at pain point traffic, that's where the wobble tends to show up first in these areas. You know, I have a client right now who is building their new home here from scratch, guys. Crazy beautiful finishes, modern architecture, great incentives, and we were scheduled to close in December. But their home back in California is still on the market with little or no action since we went live almost 2 months ago. So the pressure is is definitely on, but we have to be self-aware and think of the contingency plan should it not sell, guys. And on another note, guys, this is also the range in which migration patterns, they have quietly shifted, guys. I mean, for years, the gravy train was up north, right? Frisco, then Prosper, then Salina, and these areas were riding the beautiful master plan amenities and the big name ISDs. But in 2025, more and more of our buyers started asking a different question. Can I get the same lifestyle with less density, saner traffic, and a better monthly math? And that really turned a lot of heads to the east and the west side of the Metroplex, guys. We're talking about places like Argyle, Northlake, Hazlitt, Forney, Fate, and Rockwall, places where you can still find that brand new community, strong schools, and developers who actually plan for lifestyle first. Translation, you trade a little proximity to Frisco headlines for a calmer daily lifestyle, often lower in all areas like taxes and price per square foot, and that just lets you breathe a little bit easier. Now, the entry level is where affordability bites the hardest, guys. Wages don't move like base prices, and interest rates, they hit this subset of buyers the most. The good news though, the builders know this as well, right? You're gonna see the most aggressive incentives here in this price range, right? You're gonna get the rate buy downs, the closing costs, and the will throw in that fridge, blinds, and that covered patio if you can close by the 28th. But look, don't confuse a shiny incentive with a smart address, right? If taxes add another chunk to your monthly payment, or if your savings evaporate every single morning sitting on a 2-lane feeder that shouldn't be carrying that much traffic, you didn't actually save, guys. You just shifted the pain elsewhere. Okay, Mark, it sounds doom and gloom, so where are all the entry-level wins at then? That would be Mansfield in the southeastern arc for the value relative to your commute times, right? We're talking Forney and Walkwall for more house for the money and the whole lot of new infrastructure that's coming online. I'd say you want to look into parts of Princeton, Auburn, and Anna if you want that north brand without pushing into the deepest price tiers. And yes, the west side also keeps showing up on the short list for clients who want new build smell without the new build sticker shock. Check it, we just locked the first-time home buyer into a steal of a deal out in Forney, guys. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,800 square feet for $3,099 with a 3.99% interest rate, 30-year fixed, and the builder threw in the blinds, a washer and dryer, and paid all of their closing costs. Now, please understand, this was a year-end type of deal, but we're seeing funds allocated to your costs right now, so you definitely want to take advantage before the market rebounds and the builders get more stingy than your toddler with the remote to the TV. All right, so let's shift gears and talk about the builders a little bit. Listen, you hear these names a lot on our channel, right? Highland, Perry, American Legend, Shattuck Trophy Signature, and more, right? There's a reason clients follow certain developers, guys. Amenity design, trail networks programming, and the builder mix, guys. In several of these west side communities, the developer playbook is lifestyle forward, right? Think event directors, picture perfect parks, and that village feel to your neighborhood. And listen, that matters when you go to sell because you're not just marketing a floor plan, you're marketing a way of life for the next family looking to schedule a showing on your home. Now, I still got to give you the real and a little tough love, right? Builder pricing is a dance. Base prices move up and down, reductions appear right before a price increase, and that spec home you toured last week is somebody else's this week. There really isn't a rhyme or reason to it right now. Some weekends it's cricket at the builder model homes, and then the next weekend they have 5 homes under contract and starting new inventory. So the best way to keep your sanity is to focus on 3 things, right? The lot, right? Never buy the builder, you want to buy the block. Secondly, your true all-in monthly payment. That's going to be your principal, interest, taxes, insurance, HOA, pit, and mud if they have it. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. And then you want to focus on your time value, right? Do you need to be in next week or by the next school year? Guys, if you nail these 3 crucial steps, you can ignore 80% of the noise out there right now. Another thing you need to be aware of to make sure your home doesn't go underwater is in this market, your best fit area lives at the intersection of commute, school values, and daily lifestyle, right? We're talking for execs who like to fly a lot, right? Southlake, Westlake, that proximity to DFW is hard to beat. If you're more of a city center commuter and you want tree canopies and character, that's going to be Lakewood in East Dallas, and that trades new build uniformity for the charm and quick art district runs. For the families who want the master plan predictability with strong programming, Frisco, Prosper, McClinney will always deliver. Just test the commute in real world hours, not that midnight Google Maps optimism. And then for those of you craving a calmer pace without sacrificing the new amenities, the 35 West Corridor delivers bigger skies, lower density, and a driveway you can actually back out of at 7:45 a.m. without saying a prayer. Now check it, for the school portion of everything, guys, I'm never going to tell you this district is the best, right? You do your research, you talk to the parents, you visit the campuses. What I will say is this, right? Schools shape demand patterns, right? And those patterns are what we see in these areas where people win big long term. All right, so let's talk about some of the filters you can use to see if an area is going to be right for you. I want you to just think of this as a pair of reading glasses that shows you the good and the bad. So if your job is anywhere near the Tollway or Legacy West and you hate traffic with your whole soul, you want to start with Plano or Frisco East of the DNT and work your way outward. If you travel a lot for work and want airport access without chaos, then you want to tour Southlake, Grapeline, and Capel, right? Then you can stretch your dollar into Northlake and Argyle if you want a little more space. If you want new construction, energy, and community events, but the North feels overcooked, point your compass to Lavon, Fate, Rockwall, or Royce City, right? If your budget is tight, you need 4 bedrooms without losing weekends to yard work. Forney and Mansfield keep winning our value with the plan award. And if you're dead set on luxury and time is a currency for you, Highland Park, University Park, and that 114 corridor puts you 10 minutes from everything that matters to you. All right, so now we're gonna dive into some of the mistakes I see so many people make, and we have to course correct them to make their move successful. All right, so rookie mistake number 1, guys. We have so many of you guys reaching out, and we love hearing your stories and curating the best game plan to help you make your transition to Dallas. With that being said, calling us on a Tuesday saying you're coming to town on Thursday is not probably gonna be ideal. As you can imagine, we get hundreds of calls a month, and if you haven't noticed by now from the work that goes into these videos, the visuals, and the deep research I give you that brings you the best insights to help you make the best decision for you and your family, we run by a tight schedule and we don't deviate. I want you to think about it like this. If your cousin called you tomorrow, said they're coming into town in 2 days, and wanted you to take them to the best brunch spots on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I imagine you most likely have other obligations to attend to, like work or the kids, for instance. So reaching out well in advance to plan is the best way to get you dialed in, guys. Listen, all of our contact info's down in the description below. Just give us a shout and we can get you squared away. All right, rookie mistake number 2, guys, is buying the builder and not the block, right? Listen, your home doesn't move. It's not on skates, and it's not gonna teleport after you purchase it. But your neighbor's trampoline, that substation behind your fence, and the power lines do a lot of talking at resale time. I want you to just remember, guys, lot first, everything else second. Moving into rookie mistake number 3, guys, ignoring the PID, mud, and HOAs, right? Listen, Texas has extra line items that Zillow never puts in the bold print. Your payment cares about those, and so should you. Listen, muds and PIDs are really just a part of the Texas dream nowadays, guys. If you want that shiny, brand new home, just understand these come with it. Now, they're not gonna be in every single new neighborhood, but they're in about 70% of them. But I don't want you to think of them as being just astronomically high. It's just gonna be a tip to the developer for putting in those walking trails that you like so much. And that moves us into rookie mistake number 4, choosing hype over your daily routine, guys. Listen, that it suburb, that might be perfect for your cousin on Instagram and a daily migraine for you. You definitely want to drive it at pain point hours, typically 6:30 to 9 a.m. and then again from 4:30 to 7 p.m. You want to sit in it, feel the rhythm, and then decide if it's still worth it for you. Coming into rookie mistake number 5, understanding the 380 corridor on the north side, right? Look, this thing looks manageable at noon on a Tuesday, but it looks like a parking lot when the school's let out and everybody's headed home. Guys, if you love the north side, choose the micro locations with realistic access plans, guys. Now, there is a silver lining, guys. They're working on widening and building overpasses to make this run a lot smoother, and I believe it really will in the future. But for now, I want you to plan your life accordingly. And that brings us into rookie mistake number 6, forgetting the flight paths and the noise corridors, right? Look, if you're a light sleeper or a backyard patio person, when you go to tours these homes, guys, you want to stand outside. You want to look up and listen. If it's a no on a Saturday afternoon, it'll be a hard no on Wednesday at 6 a.m. as well. Guys, these are the things you want to be aware of when we're out touring looking for your perfect slice of the pie. All right, so now we're going to do something no other realtor you've watched would dare do. Be transparent and talk about our clients' real life situations so you can get a gauge on what moving here would actually be like. Now, this one is going to be for my remote plus traveler type of folks, right? So up first, we have Sandra, right? She works remote 3 days out of the week, downtown for 2, and flies twice a month out of DFW International, right? Originally, she was locked in on Prosper because her friends lived up there, so I had her run a routine at the pain point hours, and she realized half her light would be on the car on 380 or the Dallas North Tollway. And that's when we pivoted to Southlake/Northlake, right? She ended up landing on Northlake with the new build, strong amenities, 20 minutes to the airport, and a payment that worked once we accounted for all the monthlies and the base price. Now, the second scenario is going to be for my move-up families, right? So the Whitlocks, they had quite a bit of equity in their starter home that they purchased in McKinney some years ago, but the time had come and they wanted a bigger yard and a community calendar that felt like a resort. They fell in love with the model that we saw up north. Then their listing lagged a little bit, guys. Then their home sales started to lag a little bit and the contract felt real shaky, guys. Now, we were able to get them over a few of those listing hurdles, and we took 2 days, looked through Little Elm and Aubrey, guys. Over here, they got a comparable bill with a slightly longer commute, but won back their monthly costs via a lower combined tax rate and a meaningful builder incentive that wasn't smoke and mirrors. I mean, to say the least, guys, they closed without drama and gained more space in the backyard. And then we have our first-time buyers with a little sticker shock, right? In comes Clarence, right? Listen, me and him, we joke about 8 Mile all the time because he was from Detroit. And he wanted the new, walkable, and cheap, but I had to reel him back in because in Dallas, guys, you get to pick 2. So we really broadened the search to Forney and Heartland and parts of Mansfield. We found a spec home with a buy-down that didn't spike the HOA math, and that kept his commute viable with his hybrid days. He's now texting me photos from his covered patio like a proud papa.
Hey Marquez, I just wanted to reach out and congratulate you on all the success you've had. I've checked out your YouTube channel, I've seen you on the Dallas Relocation Guide, and you are killing it. And to be recognized by your brokerage as one of the top dogs is certainly a feat. You know, this business takes a lot of perseverance, and clearly you have have what it takes, but I might need to bring you over to my team here in Dallas. But not to mention the fact that you are also really good on camera, so there might be a little bravo moment for the two of us. Anyway, I hope Saturday is treating you well, and I hope you have a great end of the year. Congrats to you, and keep going.
All right, so let's talk about the smart money play right now. Now, I don't usually recommend trying to time the market, guys. That's a recipe for disaster. But what I am aware of is that there's some points throughout the year where you can get the best deal possible. And typically the best deals, especially in new construction, come in the fourth quarter when builders get a little willy-nilly with these incentives. But if you're trying to thread the needle, guys, here is the play, right? Step one, pick the micro markets first, then shop for your builders, guys. Step number two, let the total monthly payment drive your budget. Include the taxes, the insurance, the HOA, the pit and mud fees, and the utilities reality, right? The bigger the house, the bigger the HVAC. And then step number three, use incentives like a tool and not a trophy. Listen, a rate down that disappears in 2 years without a refinance plan can be a trap. Conversely, on the flip side, a permanent cost reduction or a closing cost credit that preserves your cash cushion is often the smarter play. And then we move into step four, guys. If your dream home is a stretch today, then you want to buy the home that fits your routine and your math in a demand solid area, guys. Let appreciation and principal do their thing naturally over time and move up later without sacrificing your daily life. So here's the real, guys. The luxury sector can be red hot while the mid-tiers cool off right now. And that's what happens when buyers at the top aren't rate sensitive and everyone else is juggling leases, layoffs, and logistics. Yes, the North is still a great place, but some of these other areas have become a plot twist that gives you the similar quality of life, a saner traffic situation, and a better monthly math. You see, look, I'm giving you the real story while other realtors you're watching focus on the northern areas, guys. But here is the kicker. Those areas are getting more and more expensive as the years pass on. And pretty soon, all that's going to be left is for the lifestyles of the rich and famous. Listen, guys, you come to this channel to hear all about the options and not just be sold on a property tour with all the amazing features that those realtors seem to have never seen before. Reality check. They've seen it all at this point. Listen, the winners in 2025 and beyond are the buyers who pick fit over FOMO and routines over headlines. And look, if you want more real insights, no fluff, and no sales, then we created whole playlists, guys, that you can binge watch, and you can check those out right there.